Hello and welcome to the SatonmyButt channel for the review of the Guardian G1 body-worn camera. Yes, this is the sort of kit that you see worn by police officers, paramedics and security personnel, and indeed nowadays often by a lot of people who are recording their walks out and about or their climbing adventures, extreme sports. It is 1296p, 30 frames per second with a 140 degree wide angle lens, a 32 megabit camera, or megapixels camera I should say. It's got built-in infrared night vision, built-in GPS. You're going to have to excuse the dog barking away like that. It's female, yeah. Built-in 32 gigabyte memory card, and it is IP65 weatherproof. Oh, a lovely bit of kit. Now then, it comes boxed like this in a shiny glossy outer that shows you what's in the box and gives you the basic what's about the camera, and inside that you get a black magnetic closed box, and in there will be a G1 camera, lots of kit. You get yourself, now that's what I love, you get not only a shoulder harness, you get yourself a chest harness, and with the G1 you also get a click fast dock. These are the sort that you see like on a stab vest, and a very secure way of putting your camera in. No one can grab and pull this off. It is not going to happen. We'll go into that a little bit later on. You also get, and this impresses me, you get yourself a charging dock, the USB lead, and a 3-pin plug. Now, not many of these products nowadays that you buy come with a charging dock. They give you a lead. They'll assume that you've got yourself a plug or you'll use your laptop. So to have that bit of kit, it's very nice and handy just to be able to chuck it in the charger and away it goes, and the lights indicate to you how long that's got. Yeah, well, sorry, its battery state takes 4 hours to fully charge. Now then, you get yourself a couple of body clips and you get yourself a couple of little bits of kit like this that then attach to the harnesses themselves. As I say, we'll go into that later. So you get a lot for your money with it. No having to, well, I want to buy this type of harness, I want to buy that. They've got you covered. And as I say, with the G1, the click fast dock, that's a real handy addition. And then it is 9.7 centimetres high by 6.2 centimetres and then 3.3 centimetres, and it weighs 175 grams. It's not overly heavy, but it's certainly got a bit of weight of it to it. But you know, it's hardly surprising, you know, built-in lithium battery and all that, that's all going to add up to the weight, but it's not a cumbersome weight. Now then, the features. I popped some photos up here to make it easier. On the front here we've got that lens with 140 degree angle, HD, night vision. We've got 2 infrared lights and then another 2 either side there, and in the middle there's a white LED light that you can turn on if you need a little bit of extra light, which is kind of handy. And then you've got the sensors here to detect the level of light, and this thing can, through the settings, you can choose to have the infrared lights come on automatically or manually via the press of a button. So on the top we've got the power button, and then we've got that light button there that I talked about. So if I turn it on, press and hold, it comes on with kind of a doorbell chime. As I say, I press and hold and on comes that white light, and then if I block those light sensors, let's put it on record first, Richardson. Get a grip of yourself. Recording started. I don't know if you can see that, but those infrared lights are coming on. There we go. It's very difficult to see, isn't it? Now then, on this side here, over on the left-hand side, we've got a USB slot. Below that, we've got an HDMI slot, so you can connect it to a television. And it's not a micro, one of those mini jobs. It's a full-size HDMI. So plug that in and you can watch what you've got on here. And then below that, a headphone socket and an AV socket, one of those 3.5mm jacks that then comes out to a couple of pins for the back of your television. On this side, now I like the addition of this. I reviewed previously the D5 Mini that didn't have this feature. You've got there the old star button. So if you're out and recording and something happens, if you've got a dash cam you'll be familiar with this. oh, something's happened, you press that button there and it marks that video as important that you need to know, and it will protect it on the overwrite as it goes around if you run out of space. Below that we have got the audio record, so just audio only. We've got just take a still photo, 32 megapixels, and then as I say, that's recording stop. So you can take a photo even whilst you're video recording that gives you that recording started. And you get a vibration feedback, although you don't feel that, or I didn't feel that, through that chest or shoulder harness. The vibrate on, the twin vibrate off. And you can also go in settings, you can turn off that voice that tells you that recording has started. And see, it's got on the front there, warning, video audio recording. You can peel that off, you get a spare one if you then change your mind, but I do believe for certain jobs you have to have that notification up. And on the bottom, the connection for the dock. So all very easy to use, nice big buttons, so you're not going to get confused once you know what you're doing there. The bottom is video, middle is photo, then you've got audio, and then you've got at the top press to save that recording, that special recording. So I was really impressed with the layout of this compared to the D5 Mini. The D5 Mini does slightly outdo this on some of its storage and the camera capabilities, battery capabilities. I have to say that I really do love the layout and the features on the G1 camera. Really very good. Now then, the battery. You are going to get, as I say, 4 hours to fully charge, 240 hours standby time. Now, if you've got it on 1296p recording, video recording, you're going to get about 6.3 hours. Go down all the way down to 430, 11.3 hours. But obviously your night vision and LEDs and stuff like that is going to affect, as well as the GPS, the battery life on that. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on the settings on this. Have a look for my review of the D5 Mini, and the settings are very, very much the same. The 2-inch screen on the back, and then you've got menu button there, and then you've got OK and play, and once you're in, there's a screensaver on, press menu, and you're in, and then menu takes you down, play takes you up and down, and then OK to go into a setting. Press the power button to come back out. Now out of that, if you press play, it then takes you in. You can see there's a video of me there. No, who needs to see a video of me? And then power button to come back out, and you've got video, photo and audio, and you can view all of those within the camera. Now if you're an employer, this can be password protected, so your employee can view these files, they cannot delete them, but even you cannot delete. It's only done via the computer, so it's all very protected. You can assign a serial number for the device. You can also add then a serial number or a name of the employee that shows up on the recording. The GPS gives you coordinates that are imprinted along with the date and the time on the recording, and you can just plug those coordinates into Google Maps and it will give you that. There's no map capability within it. Turn it off. Now then, let's have a look. As I say, I previously reviewed the D5 Mini. You can see it next to the G1 there. So what's the difference? Now then, here we've got 32 gigabytes built-in storage. The D5 has got 64 gigabytes, but if you take it to H.265, that doubles that capacity. This one is 1296. That would be this one, 1296, apologies. This one is 1440, and then the battery time. So on battery times, if you go to one that they both do, 1296 on this, you're going to get 6.3 hours compared to the 10 hours on that. Right the way down to 480, you're going to get yourself 11.3 compared to 14 hours. But 32 gigabytes is still a hell of a lot of storage, believe me. That's going to take a long time to overwrite. I don't think you're going to be doing that on a shift, and you can select within the settings the duration of time that those segments record. So when you go in, you're not faced with a whole shift of video that you may have to scroll through. You can have 1 minute, up like 15 minutes, half hour, recording segments within there. As I say, if I press the start button, you will see that that has been done, and you can go straight to that contains the incident that they have reported via that star button. Or if you're just out and about enjoying yourself, or extreme sports again, you know, it's just that favourite video, so it marks it for you. Cracking bit of kit, $189.99 from Amazon Prime. The G1, David, who sells these via Garden G1 body camera on Amazon, tells me that the G1 is the best seller at the moment out of the two, and I can see why. You know, as I say, slightly less flashy, but I love the way it is laid out. It just makes more sense to me, and I love the features on it. So let's have a little bit of a look at the attachments that you get with it and how to attach your camera. I've got here the shoulder harness, so it's literally a case of just plopping your arm through, pulling it round. These are elasticated, so even if you're a biscuit eater like me, you've not got any worries. Click it in, and that is up on your shoulder there, and you get yourself these style of attachments. Now then, these do rotate. I have to tell you that they do rotate, and they connect to this, you can see, via what I call like those GoPro kind of attachments, where they screw in and then you can rotate it up and down and then fasten it in. I will attach this into the back of the G1. Now once these are in, these are so secure, that is not coming out. It is not coming out. I'm going to put that into the chest plate for you to see, but it will be exactly the same thing. Now when you get it, the attachments are on the side, but they're very stiff. If you try and turn these attachments by hand without them being attached and with the camera on, you're not going to do it, or if you do, you're really going to hurt your fingers. They rotate around like that. Now this is important to remember for when you've got the click fast dock in, and because we'll have a little look a bit closer up at the click fast dock. Now you undo the screws, or there's another one that just contains screws in the front, and what you end up with, as you can see up there, are two spikes coming in from the rear with a thread on that spike, and you push it through from the rear of the clothing you're wearing, or the stab proof vest, or as I say, the strap of a rucksack. You push it through, and then you attach on the other side, so you've got a nice smooth surface on the inside, and then the attachment here. And this is where it gets important, that you need to pay a little bit of attention. Now as you can see up here, inside there, as I turn it, you can see that little slot here, and that slides over the back of that pin, that raised bit in the middle of the click fast dock. So when you attach your camera, you're actually going to want to be putting this on upside down. So there we go, look, I'm putting it in upside down on the camera, and that is so that when you put it into the dock like that, upside down, and you can see the inside there, that slot is now facing forwards, and as I turn the camera around, it locks it in place. It is absolutely going nowhere. And then to release it, you literally just turn it upside down again, and it slots out very, very easily. The most secure way of attaching the camera, I would say. As I say, I've got the shoulder harness on here, but quite as easy is the chest harness. This is the one that I wear, and it just slots over. Again, an elasticated strap, so no worries for biscuit eaters like me. And it sits there, and you can adjust this up and down. You can have it sitting higher if you want, and then zip up a coat, and all you will see is that G1 sticking out from the coat, or with the t-shirt, it doesn't matter. all very secure attachments. These things aren't going to come off when you're running. They're not going to come off even if you fall over or you're inverted somehow. They are on there absolutely solidly, and that is quite important. See, just release that one, slide it onto the chest and tighten that up, and it's there. Quick press of the button, we're on.
Recording started.
And we're recording. It's as simple as that. These are so easy to use, and I think that is what is so great about these cameras. You don't want anything complicated. You don't want to be fumbling around whilst you're busy or trying to capture an incident. You need to make sure that you know what you're doing. Top button, that vibrate, you can hear it, tells me I've just saved that video. A lovely bit of kit. You plug it into your computer via the USB lead in the side, and you can then view and download all those videos, or your employer can. Really impressed with the quality of these. $189.99. They are not cheap in any way. They feel good quality, weatherproof. The recordings are amazing. I'm going to put a recording up here. This is from the G1 camera itself. And then I did intend to go out for a push to get some night vision in, but unfortunately feeling really rough, so I took it out in the garden, and there's just some video, pitch black out in the garden, no lighting at all out there. And you can see that it's picking up the features really clearly. The night vision on these cameras are really, really good. As I say, you can then have that turned so that you switch the infrareds on and off yourself, or you have it done automatically, and it will come in and out as you go with in light and out of light sort of areas. Absolutely amazing. Go and check them out. Guardian G1. I'll put a website address there for them if you want to check them out further. Also on Amazon, I will put the link down in the description and on the written review on SatonmyButt.co.uk. The Guardian G1 body-worn camera. Really impressive bit of kit. And not only that, it's the accessories that you get with it that impress me. You know, a lot of these cameras, as I say, require you to then purchase those as an extra if you want. You know, it may come with just one strap or one chest strap, but no, you've got a whole wide range of accessories that you can choose to use this with. And I think that's really great for the money. These things are going to last you a long while. They're really rugged, and that is that. Don't forget to like the reviews, subscribe to the channel, check out the written reviews on SatonmyButt.co.uk. I will see you next time. Take care.